One thing I wish I could tell the younger version of myself is just to be aware of what you're like absorbing, like information into your brain. When I was a kid, I very distinctly remember when I was a kid, every time I would have to get ready for school and stuff, I don't know whether it's because I couldn't do it or just because it was there, but I'd always need like my morning cartoons and stuff. I wouldn't want to get my hair combed, wouldn't want to have breakfast really even. Um, I just kind of wanted to go, go, go. And the only thing that would be like, I guess, for lack of a better word, complacent and agreeable was to have like freaking Aladdin, the series, playing on in the background as I got ready for school. So, when I was a kid, I was also told a lot, like, hey, you're a very smart kid. You are very intelligent. I hear it from my parents. I hear it from my teachers. But it seems like no one could really get me to like properly focus, you know. I'd get bad grades at certain points, not want to do things, not want to do the difficult things, not want to do chores. Some of those were more obvious, where it's just like, well, yeah, you should start doing some of those things, you know. But sometimes it would be frustrating because I feel like I was trying my hardest and I could just not focus, you know, I couldn't quite pin it down. I don't know that as a kid I agreed with everyone's comments about like, you're a smart kid, you're very intelligent, but I did know for sure as a young kid that I knew how to like really process information really fast. Like I could study for a quiz pretty quickly by just kind of memorizing what was important, like what I knew I was gonna need to know, like not really understanding the material 100%, but like if you want me to take this test, I'll take it and I'll pass it because I know exactly how to like remember the important stuff and then just kind of smartly guess or eliminate for the rest of it. But as I got older, it became a real problem because it's just I could not, like I always needed something in the background, you know, it's like a YouTube video or some other type of distraction, or I wouldn't even want to get chores or anything else done. I wouldn't want to do the boring stuff or the difficult stuff. And so, especially as a kid, but maybe, as, you know, even my, and so for sure, especially as a kid, but like even in my early 20s, man, I wish someone had just sat me down and said like, hey, yes, you're smart, you're intelligent, you have a capacity to, you know, absorb a lot of information, but be very with, you know, just be careful with how much you absorb and the quality of the things that you absorb. And it's crazy because I think I see it in a lot of people, especially nowadays. We live in this like, I guess like dopamine addiction era where there's a lot of content out there on the internet. It's all very like, I've seen people claim very short attention span. And I know people are still capable of having long attention spans because, you know, there's YouTube videos out there with millions of views with like, it's like 3+ hours YouTube video, or you have those like really popular podcasts that are like an hour long plus conversation. So people's attention spans are still there. It's just, I think, a matter of like, hey, you have like limits, you know, you have limits in terms of how much you can store. And I think the quality of the things that you store. So just be real careful, like almost like junk food, you know, you fill your day with nothing but distractions and dopamine and like a top 10 facts about Sonic the Hedgehog you don't need to know. And you don't leave room for the important stuff, the stuff that gets you like, oh man, I can't believe I forgot to get eggs at the store. Oh man, I can't believe I forgot that today was that specific test / very important event. Oh man, I can't believe, and rinse and repeat. And the embarrassment and the shame of being that guy who is like constantly like forgetting / playing catch up. It was just so painful, so embarrassing. And if I had just, I think, told myself at a younger age, like about those limits in the brain, treat it like junk food, you know, it's fine, like these things are fine. Vices inherently, because that's what it is a vice, they're not terrible, it's just how you use them. You abuse them, it's like you're gonna get pretty poor results. So if you have this capacity to absorb a lot of information, use it wisely. Use it to absorb good things knowledgeable things, things that are going to motivate you to get through the day, and leave just the tiniest sliver for that other kind of noise, because it's not going to do you any good, and you're going to be thinking about lollygagging all day when you should be thinking about the important stuff first.